Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hackberry Park, home of the Warriors. A special welcome to our conference guests from Plattsmouth High School. Tonight's contest is sponsored by Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. A special thanks to Dr. Sutton and his staff for their support of the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club, Warrior Athletic programs, coaches, and our student athletes. The Trailblazer Conference and Nebraska Schools Activities Association promote good sportsmanship by students, athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and umpires in a positive manner. Profanity, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating comments or actions directed at umpires, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation and good luck to both teams.
So what is this gonna do?
This will control the scoreboard.
I'm gonna mess up so bad. Just gonna have to move on.
So, after I get all this done, do you want to hold the mic or do you want me to hold it or?
I can hold it.
Okay. Or you can stand or leave it on there.
So we can see for Wahoo strikes. So
Oh, that's gonna control the one on there.
yes. So you want to run the scoreboard or you want to run the computer?
Let's do the scoreboard for now.
For now, just kind of get ease into it.
Yeah.
Are you here to help too, or are you just? Okay. Well, then we'll make sure that people hear you. Welcome, everybody, as it is time for softball, and it is the home opener for the Wahoo Warriors as they take on Plattsmouth tonight. And earlier, we did see the JV Warriors take on and handily win, as they actually, I believe, completed 7-4 was the end of that particular game. We do want to say thank you as we're jumping into this. We can't do it without sponsors, and the sponsors actually work hand in hand with the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club as they help support the athletic department, the activities of the kids, and keep them going. And, of course, bring a couple of camera angles here as we be able to switch back and forth. You'll be able to see a couple of nice angles and be able to be right there. If you tell your friends and family, you can go back and watch this over and over anytime you want as well. Let's go ahead and say thank you to those sponsors. With me, I have Jesse.
Yep.
You go by Jesse. Jesse Molly is a freshman, and he is in a video production class, which you're signing up to be a part of our broadcast to learn how to do some of these things in the background. We're going to start you off doing the the scoreboard that everybody sees, and then move into actually production of all the camera movements and everything like that. We'll be covering softball, volleyball, football this season, and then getting into basketball and wrestling and a lot of sports coming up. Again, we want to say thank you to sponsors like JEO. Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, Rivalry, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro, Marsh MMA, Titles, Doan, Berkshire Hathaway Home Service, Ambassador Realty, Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electric. Again, they're all great sponsors. And if you want to learn how to be a part of it, get your logo and on all of the activities, you can certainly contact the Booster Club or, contact the activities director for the school. He can certainly guide you into that direction. And throw him under the bus. He didn't even flinch over there. You just notice that?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we're getting ready as we do have coaches out there getting ready for the game. Here in a moment, we will be able to have the national anthem, and we'll take a quick break again to say thank you to those sponsors. We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doan College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube. Welcome back to Hackberry Park, and we're getting ready for Plattsmouth take on the Wahoo Warriors. And one nice thing about the way we do things here is with kids like Jesse right here, trying to help the class find different ways to be able to learn, be a part of this, work with different professionals. We're also going to be working to put this, also simulcasting it on 99.3 FM radio, which is being built right here in downtown, and Scorebug just went away. That was pretty fun, but we'll do what we can to be able to make sure everything works just right for you. So let's go ahead and listen for the starting lineups right now.
Number 24, Ruby Campen. Number 17, Justine Villamonte. Number 16, Alexis Gregerson. Number 10, Margaret Vick. Number 7, Lacey Hill. Number 8, Chloe Adkins. Number 3, Alyssa Gernstein. Number 5, Amara Johnson. Number 11, Taylor Bedell. And number 6, Olivia Meek. And now your starting lineups for your Warriors. Number 5 at shortstop, Olivia Wesley. Number 15, our center fielder, Karen Eady. At third base, number 8, Avery Hansen. Behind the plate, number 23, Eddie Gregg. In the circle tonight, number 1, Emma Meyer. In left field, number 3, Briar Hancock. Number 9, the designated player, Leah Simon. At second base, number 2, Michaela Kenning. Playing right field, number 4, Addie Kenning. And at first base, number 22, Blake Hitz. The Warriors are assisted by Ashley Ott, Liz Gregg, and your head coach is Trina Kristen. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise, remove your caps as we stand and honor the flag and country with the singing of tonight's national anthem, performed by Wahoo High School sophomore, Allie Clement.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched
Well, fantastic job right there. And again, appropriate to say play ball right after that. Now, as we get the players in play, and it's about ready to get started. I just want to remind everybody that each game has a specific ambassador that is the sponsor of the game. Tonight's main sponsor is Rivalry. They're your biggest fan. Oh, tonight is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Now, that's not on my list, but oddly enough, so I will have to go and update that and get them on. So, again, apologize for that. Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. And, again, that is actually just on the north side right there. So we're looking forward to a great game as we have the Warriors out to be able to warm up and get ready. Now pitching is actually number 1, Emma Meyer. Emma Meyer is a sophomore, so we're going to see a few years for Emma. Do you know Emma at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us anything about Emma?
I don't really know much about her, but I know she's sophomore.
Okay, she's a sophomore, and so she is starting off pitching, which the great thing about having a sophomore starting off, getting a lot of experience early on in the season, we'll be able to see them develop. And then, we have, 2 more years after this of hopefully great pitching coming from her. She's going to be pitching to Addison Gregg, also another sophomore. And so as we will look around, we'll be able to kind of guide things and tell people where they are and who's playing as we continue on. So, again, it is time for the first pitch to come in, and that one is, let's see, was that a called ball?
I don't think there's anybody up there.
Oh, no, they're just warming up. So I was just looking in. It's like, normally you don't see the umpire step in right behind the warm-up, but we do have a couple of really good angles for you. We'll actually go ahead and transition over for everybody to be a part of that, so you can see everything that we see from every angle. Thank you again to the Athletic Booster Club for bringing us in to be a part of that, and all the sponsors. You'll see all of them. Again, I do have to add in the Saunders County Acupuncture and Chiropractic to that list. So that is a new addition I didn't see since the last email, but that's okay. All right, now we have the first at bat for Plattsmouth, and that is Ruby Chapman. First pitch comes in. That's called strike. So 1 strike and
Strikeout.
next pitch comes in. That one's called ball. So 1-1 as we start off against Ruby Chapman. Ruby is a shortstop. So next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count as we lead off. Looking forward to a fantastic evening, a beautiful evening, mid-80s. Can't ask for better. Swing, and that one pulls back. Now we have 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that puts Emma in the lead for the pitch count. Waiting for the windup, the pitch on the way, and that one swung foul and keeps the count 1-2.
2 fouls in a row right there.
2 fouls in a row, but already with the 2 strikes, she's just staying alive at this point, trying to find that right pitch. It's going to be a good battle. Looks like it's going to be a great battle between the pitcher and the batter. Wind up, next pitch on the way. Swing, and that goes down the first base line, and it is caught. And so that was a good snag out in right field, being able to pull that one in. So that brings out number 1. Yep. Next at bat is Villamonte for Plattsmouth. Villamonte waiting, swing, and sends that right out to right center field. And so for the base hit right there. And so what we see there is that puts her on first base. So we can. So now we have Gregerson, I believe, is at bat. Wind up the pitch, and that one is low. Gregerson is the catcher for Plattsmouth. So 1 out, runner on first. Wind up the pitch, and that one is low, ball 2. 2-0 with 1 out. We're at the top of the first inning, just kicking off the home opener for the varsity of the Warriors. Again, thank you, everybody, for being a part of what we're doing here. Next wind-up pitch comes in. That one is called a strike. 2-1. Not wasting any time for the pitch. That one gets into the dirt. So 3-1 is the count. Emma looking for that next pitch to come in to swing and a miss. So that one's called strike. Count is full with 1 out, runner on first. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and strike 3. So that's 2 outs. With 2 outs, that brings up Vic, or Vitch. Margaret Vick, and first pitch comes in, that one. Third baseman at bat right now. Wind up pitch, swing and a miss. That's strike. So 0-2 is the count. With 2 outs, runner on first. Wind up the next pitch coming in, swing, and that gets fouled back. Keeps the count 0-2. Tonight's game is brought to us by Saunders County Chiropractor and Acupuncture. Again, thank you for all of the sponsors. You can see them in the upper right-hand corner of our broadcast. Next pitch on the way, and that one's high and outside, looking to throw over to first, but, well, we called that one a strike. So that was out number 3. So if we go ahead and hit that strike, it's going to clear out, and that's going to get us ready for the bottom of the first inning after we take a little break right here. Say thank you to our sponsors right here on Saunders County Online, 99.3 FM, and Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube.
99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back. We're to the bottom of the first inning. Home opener for the Wahoo Warriors, hosting Plattsmouth Blue Devils. And Warriors did have, the Blue Devils actually did have a runner get on to first. However, that as far as they were able to get. So now we'll see the Warriors bats. And leading things off is going to be Olivia Wesley, third baseman for, actually shortstop for the Warriors. And following up would be Edie, which is center fielder. So we'll see how things go for the Warriors as we get ready to go. Warm-up's done, plate is cleared, and now we are ready for the Wahoo Warrior bats stepping in. And so we have Wesley stepping up into the batter's box. Olivia Wesley, a junior. First pitch on the way, swing and fouls back for strike one. Great crowd out here tonight, rooting on the Warriors, and I guarantee it's going to be a great crowd every night that they're at home. Wind up that pitch, showing bunt, and that one didn't go anywhere. It actually bounced off her foot, so they call it foul. So strike number 2. 0-2 is the count. And if that would have landed just a little bit out and that caught everybody off guard, she would have gotten that base. So good strategy, I believe, from Wesley right there. So 0-2, nobody out, nobody on base. Swing, and that gets sent out to left field, and underneath it is the Blue Devils' number 7. That is Lacey Hill, able to get underneath that one and pull it in for the out. So out number 1, but that brings up number 15 for the Warriors, and that's Karen Eady, another junior at bat. Karen Eady is, again, a center fielder. First pitch comes in. Swing straight out to the pitcher. Easy throw over to first for out number 2. Third in the batting lineup is Avery Hansen. Avery Hansen is third base player. Another junior. First pitch comes in, called strike. 0-1, 2 outs, nobody on base. We're at the bottom of the first inning. Home opener for Plattsmouth versus Wahoo. Next pitch swung on, and that gets fouled on the first base line, but goes out of play for strike number 2. 0-2 with 2 outs. Wind up, the pitch comes in, swing, and that gets fouled back. Staying alive with 2 outs. So Hansen stepping back into the batter's box, getting ready. Wind up the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is out number 3. Again, 3 up, 3 down. But the score stays 0-0 as we'll be back in just a moment for the top of the second inning. It is the Wahoo Warriors home opener. This game sponsored, the game sponsor is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We also want to say a thank you to all of our sponsors.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park. It's the home opener for Wahoo Warriors as they're hosting the Plattsmouth Blue Devils right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, Saunders County Online, 99.3 FM, Saunders County Online, WahooRadio.com. I'm Kelly Johnson. Molly is joining me, running the scoreboard and running the background here, keeping everything straight. And we are starting off the top of the second inning with the fifth on the batting list for Plattsmouth, Hill. So Lacey Hill, a junior, stepping in. Lacey Hill is, let's take a look. So Lacey Hill playing left field. Was able to get the last out. High pitch swung at that one. So 0-2 is the account. So showing that she is aggressive on her play, wanting to be able to get that ball out of the gloves and into the field and get on base. Wind up the pitch coming in, swing it again, strike three. So that's the first strikeout that we see for Emma Meyer.
Great pitcher, by the way.
What's that?
Great pitcher.
Yep, she's a great pitcher and just a sophomore again. Looking forward to a great season coming up. Now we have first baseman Adkins for the Blue Devils, Chloe Adkins. First pitch comes in, strike. So Emma and Addison Gregg, I think they've really figured out the call of how they want to be able to start pitching this. 1-1, though. That one's a little high, but nice aggressive play. Start off strong, stay strong. That's how you get in. Ooh. And that one was a hit by pitch. So that's a first. So that puts a runner on first base with one out. And actually a very similar situation that Plattsmouth faced off already earlier. So now we have Alyssa Gernstein, senior for Plattsmouth. First pitch comes in, and that's called a strike. Gernstein is a designated hitter. Wind up, the next pitch comes in, swing and a miss, strike two. I think she actually might have even got a part of that, so still a foul. Considered a strike. Wind up, that next pitch comes in, swing and a miss, strike three, so that's out number two. So two outs, runner on first. Top of the second inning, 0-0 is the score. Welcome, everybody. I want to say again thank you to all of the sponsors. You can see them in the upper right-hand corner. And the game sponsor is Saunders County Acupuncture and Chiropractic. Wind up, the next pitch comes in, and that is to Amara Johnson, a sophomore. Amara Johnson, and she is pitcher. Oh, actually, no, she is center fielder. Next pitch comes in, that's called ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, runner on first. Top of the second inning. Wind up, that pitch comes in and just watches that go by as a strike. So 2-1. His home plate umpire, he likes to take his time on that call, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Wind up pitch, and that one's low. So 3-1 is the count. We're back here in the press box. You guys at home actually have probably a better view than we do. So wind up, that pitch swung on, and that gets fouled over the first base dugout, and so that brings the count even at 2. Looking at the scoreboard, we have a lot of 2s going on. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Wind up, the next pitch on the way, and that comes in. Another hit by pitch. That's 2 runners on base because of hit by pitches this inning. So that just brings a bit of encouragement. So as we see Olivia Wesley coming in from shortstop, just giving Emma Meyer a bit of encouragement. It's like, hey, just settle down, relax. And that does bring up Talela Badell, a junior for the Blue Devils, and she is the right fielder. First pitch on the way, and that one is low. So 1-0 with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Wind up, the next pitch on the way. Swung, and that goes foul down the first base line.
That went real far back there.
That went way back there into the grass. And so that is, my friends, why I do not park next to any fences at ball fields. Or if I do, I park behind a camper.
There is one out there.
Next one, swing, and that one goes foul right behind us in the press box. So 1-2 is the count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Wind up pitch, and that one's in there for strike number 3. So another strikeout is able to wrap up the inning. And again, we'll come back in just a moment as we continue on with Warrior softball taking on the Blue Devils right here. Game sponsor is Saunders Saunders County Acupuncture and Chiropractic. We'll be back after we hear about more of our sponsors on Saunders County Online, Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, and 99.3 FM, WahooRadio.com.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to, I was going to say Sam Crawford Field. We were just talking about baseball as American Legion just wrapped up. Had a Kiwanis game a couple weeks ago. But we are back at school, and the season has just begun. It's the home opener for the Wahoo Warriors as the Lady Warriors take on the Blue Devils. And now we're at the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 is the tie, and Addie Gregg, the catcher, comes in. And the first pitch comes in, called as a strike. So Addie Gregg is a sophomore. Wind up, next pitch comes in, swing, and that goes down the first base line, but just slices foul. So the count is 0-2.
2 strikes?
2 strikes, yep. 0-2. Addie Gregg is the 4th in the lineup. Unfortunately, the Warriors were 1-2-3 in the first inning. Emma Myers on deck at this point. Wind up, next pitch, swing, and that gets popped up, and that is getting underneath it. Now the third baseman, and that is Margaret Vick is able to get underneath that one for the out. And that brings up our pitcher, Emma Meyer, sophomore, stepping in battle of the pitchers right now. Wind up, pitch comes in, and that one right in there for a strike. I really wait because I would call what I would call, but I want to see sometimes these umpires call their own thing. Swing and a miss on that, strike 2. So the Warriors looking to warm up the bats a bit. They actually haven't had anybody on base. Plattsmouth has had 3 players on base and stranded all of them. Wind up, swing and foul that one straight back. Would have been a great view if I had had this camera angle on that one. Watch that ball come straight back at it. But we don't have 3D versions of everything yet, so. So staying alive, 0-2 with 1 out, nobody on base. Next pitch comes in, swing and a miss. The throw over to first is in time for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Briar Hancock Jr. Briar Hancock is the left fielder for the Warriors. Wind up, that pitch coming in. That goes outside. Ball 1. See, now I called that before he said anything, but just one of those things. I could be corrected because the home umpire is always right. That one's also outside, just a little bit outside. It looks like they're trying to make her reach for that. So 0-2 with 2 outs, nobody on base. Bottom of the second inning, tied at 0. Beautiful evening at Hackberry Park. Home opener for the Warriors. Next pitch goes high. 3-0, and that puts Hancock in a really good position just to kind of wait for the right pitch or just head to first with the wrong pitch. So wind up, that next pitch inside, almost hit her. But that is a first walk, first on base for the Warriors. That extends the bats for the Warriors, and that brings up Leah Simon, designated batter for the Warriors. First pitch comes in, that's inside. Ball 1. Again, I want to say thank you to sponsors like Saunders County Acupuncture and Chiropractic for sponsoring the game. We'll talk about more of the sponsors as we continue on. Next pitch on the way. Swung on straight over to third base. The throw over to first is in time for out number 3. Good hit, just great placement for the third baseman. But again, so that wraps up 2 innings with stranding a runner on first. And we come back to the third inning with still a tied score 0-0 as we have Wahoo Warriors home opener hosting Plattsmouth Blue Devils right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, Saunders County Online YouTube, 99.3 FM, wahooradio.com.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we are at the top of the third inning and the top of the batting order for the Blue Devils. First pitch comes in. That one gets fouled down the first base line. So 0-1 is the count. So shortstop for the Blue Devils, and that is Ruby Champion. Next pitch on the way, swing, and that one gets sent out to right field, and center fielder comes on over. So we see Edie just trail on over and grab that one for the out. Villamonte now stepping up, and Villamonte is the pitcher for the Blue Devils. Second time at bat for her. Wind up, the next pitch comes in, swing, and that one gets straight out to center field and right to the fence. And did that one bounce over, or was that one over? They call that one a home run. So the first score So the first score is drawn by the Blue Devils. It was a single home run, so 1-0. The Blue Devils take the lead, and that is our scoreboard is correct, but the outfield scoreboard needs to be corrected. That brings up Gregerson. First pitch comes and gets hit, but gets past first baseman, but the second baseman steps out and over, so we see Kenning stepping over, picking it up, and gets it back over to first baseman for the out. So 2 outs. Next pitch come in. First, that one is fouled hard off down the first base side. So 0-1 with 2 outs. Nobody on base now. 1 run came in for the Blue Devils. And that was by Villamonte, the pitcher. Next pitch coming in. That one's low. 1-1. So Vick at bat. So Margaret Vick again. Second time at bat. Wind up the pitch, swung on, and that gets popped up and going down the first base line and getting after it, second baseman. So stepping on over and grabbing that, Michaela Canning is able to grab that third out to end the top half of the inning. So with 2.5 complete, the Blue Devils are now in the lead, 1-0 over the Warriors, and we'll be back. Again, want to make a correction on our promo, but we'll be doing this every game. There is a title lead sponsor for a game sponsor, and tonight's actually is Saunders County Acupuncture and Chiropractic. I want to say thank you to them. We'll get that corrected for next time. But again, thank you for being a part of this, and we'll be back in just one moment right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, Saunders County Online YouTube, and 99.3 FM, wahooradio.com.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we have the Wahoo Warriors taking on the Blue Devils. Stepping up to bat for the Warriors is Michaela Kenning. And Michaela was able to grab that last out and actually did a couple of assists right there for the last two outs. So first pitch coming in, showing bunt, and that one drops down, but calling that foul. So coming back to be able to face off again. So 0-2 is the count. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike three. Now we do have coming up to bat as actually that's number 4, and that's Addie Kenning. So Addie Kenning, a senior. First pitch, and she is hit by that. So is able to take the free base. That, my friends, is why you wear protective headgear. So one out, runner on first. And now we come back to the top of the batting order for the Warriors as Olivia Wesley steps into the batting box. First pitch on the outside. 1-0 is the count. Runner on first. One out. Warriors looking and needing to be able to kind of come back and get it. And that one's inside, and that was a protective swing. She is called a strike on that one, but if she didn't go after that, she would have gotten hit, which would have been a free base. It's one of those things. What do you do in that situation? So it's 0-2 with one out. Next pitch on the way, and that's inside. Gets away, and that goes a free base, and so we see Kenning looking to go maybe to third, but hesitated, and so therefore she got back to second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, I believe, is the count. Oh, 2-1? Okay, I don't know. Swing, and that one just kind of rolls out to the shortstop. Fielder's choice, but no throw anywhere. Oh, wait.
Is it a foul?
So third base umpire says that hit. So that hit the base. So, yeah, 2-2 is the count. So that was considered a strike. Next pitch comes in. Swing, and that goes straight back, almost over us. but it bounces back into the field, so catcher goes and grabs it. Heartbreaking on that one. It was a great play to be able to get runners on the corners. Wind up pitch, and that one goes down to third base. Not able to do anything with it, but not needing to run, we see Kenning going for third and getting caught, not having to run, and getting tagged out. So runner on first with 2 outs now. And we have Karen Eady at bat.
I believe that was strike 1.
Yep, 1 strike. 0-1. 2 outs. Next pitch comes in, swing, and that one goes out to left field, getting underneath it, chasing it, but it drops down, bringing around a run, and getting to second. So tied it up right there, 1-1. So 2 outs, runner on second now. We're at the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied now at 1. So great hit right there by Karen Eady. Just dropped in on the outside of the grass. Not able to drive that one. You get it out. So first pitch comes in, and that one is called strike. As we see Hansen swing a little bit after that, and almost a kind of protective swing because it was well inside. But right now we're seeing a lot of just beginning of the season mistakes where it's going to be corrected definitely by the next few games, but now it's all about getting the experience and getting ready for postseason. Next pitch comes in, and that one is called strike. So 1-2 is the count with 2 outs, runner on second, tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Wind up that pitch. And that one is a little bit on the outside. And then going for it over from second to third with a safe run. That, again, was aggressive play by Karen Eady. Just kind of threw everybody off a little bit, and they weren't able to get the ball out there. So runner in scoring position, 2-2. Inside, fouls back off of a couple of face masks. Warriors looking to just kind of move ahead as Hansen is trying to find her swing.
2 strikes, 1 ball.
I believe that is correct count. One comes in, swing, and that one goes down third base line, and somebody saved somebody a little ding on their car. Again, that's why I say you always want to park behind somebody a little taller than you. So if you're going to park next to the fence. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs, runner on third, wind up, and the pitch comes in, swing, and that gets fouled straight back. So waiting for a new ball to come in to play because a couple of balls went foul, so home plate umpire is running short. So 1-2, runner on third, tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Wind up, the pitch comes in, that one stays high. Count goes even at 2.
2 strikes, 2 balls.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind up. That one is in the dirt and able to come in with the go-ahead run. And then the throw over to first gets a little bit out. So, again, we do see some early season mistakes by both teams at this point in time. So now we have 2 outs, runner on first. Warriors have brought 2 in this inning to get the lead. And stepping into the batting box is the catcher. That's Addison Gregg. Second time at bat. First pitch coming in. That's high and outside for ball 1.
But we got 2 runs, don't we?
We do have 2 runs.
I think I forgot to put the first one up.
Nope, we have. I see it. We're good.
Do we have anybody on third?
Nobody on third, just on first. Pitch again outside, 2-0. There we go. Good job. Bottom of the third inning. Getting our scoreboard straightened out for you and make sure everybody can see what's going on. Wind up next pitch. Swung on, and that found the gap right there between left center field. Going to third and coming around. Able to get that third run in. So a stand-up double RBI. And so I would imagine we would have a courtesy runner coming on out for Greg. Yep, so coming in to run for Greg is Addison Smart, a freshman stepping into onto second base. So 2 outs. With 2 outs, the Warriors have been able to round 3 times to be able to get the score 3-1. And also now have a runner on second base. Stepping up to bat, Emma Meyer. So Emma Meyer is pitching and at bat. So we'll see how things go right here for her. She was not able to, the first time at bat, get on base. First pitch comes in, swing, and that gets fouled straight back into the fence and rolls into the parking lot.
Really close to hitting that car.
Yeah. Again, that's why there are signs all along the fence line saying park here at your own risk. So 0-1, next pitch, that's high. 1-1 is the count. I'll say again, thank you to the game sponsors, Saunders County Acupuncture Chiropractic. Wind up the pitch, swung on. That gets fouled down the third base side. Counts even at 2.
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
Or 1-2. With 2 outs, runner on second. Warriors lead 3-1 over the Blue Devils. Bottom of the third inning. Wind up the pitch. Swing and straight out to the pitcher. Throw over to first is easy out. And that wraps up the third inning. But Warriors able to bring in 3 runs to take the lead. So that puts them 3-1 over the Blue Devils. Again, want to say thank you to the game sponsor, Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. And let's take a moment also to say thank you to all the sponsors of the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park. Again, say thank you to the game sponsors, including the Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture, the game title sponsor. Now, Warriors ahead 3-1 going into the fourth inning. And right now, Plattsmouth sends in Lacey Hill Jr. is able to get a hit off the first pitch and get on to base. So that was a really nice hit down the third base line. Gets out to short left field. Wind up, the pitch comes in, showing bunt, and that's a good bunt. Pick up, and the throw over to first is in time, but a sacrifice moves the base runner forward. So that was Lacey Hill with the sacrifice, and now we come up with Alyssa Gernstein, the designated hitter for the Blue Devils. One out, runner on second. Wind up, the pitch comes in, that's high and outside.
Oops. That would be a ball.
Emma Meyer pitching continued as we're at the top of the fourth inning. Wind up, that next pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Meyer with the next pitch being delivered. Another swing and another miss. 1-2 with one out, runner on second. Top of the fourth inning. Great game before us. Next pitch, that one's low. So count goes even at 2. And the swing, and that gets fouled straight back. Keeps the count even at 2. One out, runner on second. Wind up, the pitch comes in. Swing, and that goes down the third base line, and it stays in. Goes all the way to the fence, wrapping around. So that does bring in Lacey Hill is able to come around.
So I believe they have a runner on first.
So we have a runner on first, one out, and they brought in a run. So now it's 3-2. Blue Devils, that bat continued. That one goes a little outside as Amara Johnson is at bat for the Blue Devils. Wind up, next pitch coming in. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Next pitch, right on the outside edge of the plate for strike 3. So 2 outs, runner on first. And the Blue Devils, that brings in Bedell. So Talayla Bedell at bat. Eckerenstein at first. First pitch comes in, called strike after the swing. I don't know how he'd call anything other but a strike on that swing like that. Next pitch, high and outside, 1-1. Next pitch comes in, swing, and that gets sent out and picked up by the second baseman. Yep, able to get underneath that one. Michaela Kenning with the out, saving anything else from happening. Going into the bottom of the fourth inning, Warriors lead 3-2.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
We're at the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, want to say thank you to all the sponsors. And the game sponsor for tonight is the Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Again, say thank you to all of them, as you can see them in the upper right-hand corner. Or you can just, we'll talk about them a little bit quick here. JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank in Nebraska, Wahoops, Rivalry, UBT. Again, we'll continue to talk about them. Well, we're at the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Warrior bats are coming up. Briar Hancock at bat. The first pitch comes in, and she's a left-handed, and that's kind of a slapper position stepping in. She's actually stepped into that, so called strike on that one. Trying to get a little bit, almost a Happy Gilmore situation going on, a little bit of energy into the bat. Wind up pitch, and that one goes down the third base line. We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Hancock. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store. Wind up the pitch coming in. That one's outside. 1-2 is the count. It's our first broadcast for the season. And again, thank you everybody for being a part of it. A lot of training going on, a lot of just getting used to it. Count goes even at 2. As Hancock steps back into the batter box. Wind up that pitch, swing and foul straight back. Keeps the count at 2. Jesse Molly joining us here in the press box. Is this the first time you're in the press box doing anything like this?
Yeah, I live right down the street, so when I was little, I watched it get built.
Did you? That's awesome. That pitch gets swung on, and that goes just out of play, third base side. So again, the count stays at 2-2 with nobody out. Wind up, next pitch comes in. Swing, and that goes right down the first base line, and she is able to outrun it and get on a base. So Hancock with the ability to get onto first. And that brings up the designated player, Elias Simon, at bat for the Warriors. Nobody out. Runner on first. First pitch comes in, showing bunt. Called strike. Went a little too far with that check swing. Good game for you tonight. Wind up, that pitch comes in, bunt, and that gets popped straight back. 0-2. Warriors lead it 3-2. And wind up, the pitch coming in, swung on, and that gets down the third base line and stays foul, drops safely.
So 2-1.
So I don't know about any balls, but the strikes stay at 2. Wind up the pitch, and that one's well outside. Throw goes over to first. Trying to catch Hancock off the bag, but she's able to get back on. So 1-2 is the count. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and that one's low inside. Counts even at 2. Nobody out, runner on first. Bottom of the 4th inning, Warriors lead 3-2. Wind up that pitch well outside, and that gives a base forward for Hancock. Takes advantage of the passed ball. Count goes full. So Simon with a full count, payoff pitch coming her way as Villamonte really it's the payoff pitch. What's going to happen here? Nobody out, runner on second. Wind up pitch, swung on down third base line, stopped, and the throw over to second on the fielder's choice just sends Hancock back to second base. She's able to get there safe. So now we have runners on first and second, nobody out. And that brings up Michaela Kenning, second baseman. She's been doing a great job in the field. Wind up pitch, showing bunt. Great bunt. Picked up and nowhere to throw. Bases are loaded with nobody out. That was like the perfect bunt right there. Just dropped it. Only went about 7-8 foot. Not able to do anything about it. And that loaded up the bases. And with that, we have Addie Kenning, at bat. First pitch comes in and fouls that one back for strike one. Again, nobody out. Bases are loaded. Be a great time to have a home run, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Wind up that pitch inside, and actually she gets hit. So that walks and brings in a run.
Wait, was it 4 or 5?
So it was 4, now it's 5. Still bases loaded. Hit by pitch, walks in. And that, another bunt. The pickup not able to tag right, and so that brings in another run with bases still loaded. So that is a conversation time heading on out for the pitcher. So the coach, Plattsmouth coach Katie Bashish, heading on out to speak with Villamonte. And so they're having a conversation about what exactly happened there. So 5-2, the Warriors are leading. Bottom of the fourth inning. Bases are loaded. Nobody's out. So right now we do have the officiating staff having a conversation. Not exactly sure what is going on, but I'm sure the coach for Plattsmouth is asking questions. Take a quick moment to say thank you to more of our sponsors, like Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Innsbruck Marsh MMA, Titles Lounge, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate, that's Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, Shutt Electrical, and Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture, are all great sponsors right here. So at this point in time, nothing has changed. The Blue Devils continue to have same pitching. And that does bring up Katie Eddy stepping up to bat for the Warriors. Third time at bat. Right now, nobody out. Bases are loaded. 2 runs have come in so far this inning. Hit by pitch and then a kind of a short hit. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Kind of gets fouled back, so keeps everybody where they're at. 0-1 to Edie. Wind up the pitch, comes in, swing, and that one goes over to the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time, but not without another run coming in. So that puts us 6-2 for the Warriors. 1 out, runners on second and third. So still 2 runners in scoring positions. And now we have Avery Hansen stepping up to bat for the Warriors. Wind up, that pitch comes in, swing, and that one gets loped right into right center field. Wrapping around, trying to get into second base. Yep, and 2 runs come in. So adding to that, so 8-2 with a total of 5 runs so far coming in. 1 out, runner on second base. Bottom of the fourth inning has been magical for the Warriors. Those bats have finally lit up. And now we bring in the catcher, Addison Gregg, to bat. First pitch comes in, and that one's outside for ball 1. 1-0, 1 out, runner on second.
1 ball. So
Wind up pitch comes in, swing, and that one out of the hands of the shortstop. The throw over to first is in time, but does get to have Avery Hansen moves over to third base. So 2 outs. Hansen on third base, and that brings up Meyer, catcher or the pitcher, at bat. A strike right there.
oops.
So 0-1 is the count. Wind up pitch, swing, and that one gets popped over to left field and able to get snagged for the third out. But not without doing some damage. 5 runs come in for the Warriors at the bottom of the 4th inning. And that puts the Warriors ahead 8-2 as we come back for the 5th inning right here on BSDNlive.com, Saunders County Online, Oahu Public Schools YouTube, and 99.3 FM, OahuRadio.com. Again, I want to say thank you to the title sponsor, Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Let's say thank you to all of the sponsors right here for helping us with our broadcasts.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we have a home opener for the Warriors taking on Plattsmouth Blue Devils. We're top of the 5th inning. Starting off pitching there, and that's going to Ruby Campen. First called ball, and the second one in the dirt, ball number 2. Warriors had a big inning, bottom of the 4th inning, as they were able to round the base 5 times to break open the lead 8-2. Sun's starting to set. The lights have come on. Wind up, that pitch comes in. That's low and in. Oh, actually, yeah, he called it a strike. That's why you hesitate. Wait for the umpire to make the call. 2-1 is the count. Wind up, the pitch comes in. Swing, and that gets sent out to right center field. Pick up, and the throw keeps Campen at first. And that brings up the pitcher, Villamonte. Nobody out, runner on first, top of the 5th inning. Wind up, the pitch coming in. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Wind up, next pitch is about to go. Here it goes. And swing, and that goes out to left field all the way to the fence. And that puts, that's an infield double. So that puts runners on second and third with nobody out. Audrey Van Billard, a sophomore, stepping. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yep, I was like Alexis Gregerson stepping up to bat for the Blue Devils. Wind up pitch, and that one is on the right on the outside edge of the plate for a strike. Nobody out, runners on second and third. 0-1, pitch on the way, swing, and that one goes out, gets past shortstop. 1 run in, 2 runs coming in, and not able to do it. And that moves Gregerson over to second base. With that, Margaret Vick stepping in to bat for the Blue Devils now. Is that right? And that has a bit of a conference going on with the players. Home plate umpire coming out to say, yeah, you can't talk that long. So nobody out. 2 runs have come in. Runner on second. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 against the home opener at Hackberry Park. Wind up next pitch on the way. Swing and fouled straight back. 0-2. Beautiful facility here. Now, we had a storm come through about a week or so ago. It did a lot of damage, and there's actually some schools just to the east and north of us. They can't have home games because their fields have gotten damaged so bad. Wind up that pitch. Fouled down to the first. Picked up, and the tag on the base for the out. Throw over to third is not in time. So 1 out. Runner now on third.
Nobody on second.
Nobody on second. And so that does bring up Lacey Hill stepping into the batting box, left-hander. Wind up pitch, showing a slapper position, stepping into that, slapping hit for a foul and a strike 1. So we should have 0-1. Wind up that pitch coming in. That one is 0-2. Next pitch on the way, and that one goes high.
I believe that one's a ball.
Greg looking to send that one out to third base to see if they can catch somebody sleeping, but no. So goes back over as Meyer gets ready to pitch one more time on the way in, and that one. Ball 2-2. Count is even. As that one was just on the outside edge. 1 out, runner on third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 outs. Wind up the pitch coming in, and now to Atkins. So Chloe Atkins, first strike. 0-1, 2 outs, runner on third. Wind up the next pitch on the way, and that's just a little too far outside. 1-1 is the count. Getting into strike right there with that swing. 1-2, 2 outs. Meyer looking for that strikeout right now to finish at the top of the inning. And that one goes high. Counts even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Warriors lead 8-4 as we are at the top of the 5th inning. That one gets in there for strike number 3. Able to wrap it up, stranding a runner on third. Well, we will take a little break again, say thank you to all of our sponsors, but we do want to say thank you to the title sponsor, the game sponsor, which is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture, as well as all of our other sponsors right here.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
I'm Kelly Johnson, and in the producer's seat right there is Jesse Molly. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Jesse, you're a freshman, right?
Yep.
So you're only like a week and a half into school. What do you think of being a high schooler now?
A lot easier than middle school.
Really? Everybody says you you haven't seen anything until you've gotten into high school. So far you like it a lot easier. Are you in any activities?
Not yet, but I will be doing track.
Okay.
So going shot put and discus.
All right, Warriors at bat, and stepping into the batting box, we have Hancock.
We want to say
that pitch comes in. So ball one, 1-0. Wind up next pitch, swung on a miss, 1-1. They had the air conditioning set to 60 in here. It was a little chilly, but now we turned it up and starting to feel the mugginess kick in. Wind up the next pitch to Hancock and gets sent foul back and misses Cars. Nobody's claiming any hail damage off that one. 1-2. Bottom of the fifth inning, Warriors lead 8-4 over the Blue Devils. Home opener right here for the Warriors. Wind up pitch, and that one is sent out and finds the grass just at left field. So a nice base hit right there. Great placement of that one. Nobody can get to it. And so that's a base hit. And that brings up number 9, which is Aaliyah Simon for the Warriors at bat. Nobody out, runner on first. Wind up that pitch. Showing bunt, reaches after it for the called strike. Goes outside. But she pretty much committed to that one, so. Wind up next pitch, swung on. That one gets popped out to left field and able to snag it and reel it in. That was Lacey Hill with the grab for the Blue Devils. Michaela Kenning, who's been done a great job of help fielding and getting some outs from second base, stepping up to the bat. So one out, runner on first. First pitch comes in, and that one's outside. 1-0 is the count with one out. So far, both teams have stuck with their initial pitching. Wind up next pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. So Villamonte continuing to pitch for the Blue Devils. Again, this part of the season, it's all about getting that experience. Showing bunt and able to get it out, pick up the throw, fielder's choice. Wasn't a throw in there. So, again, Hancock getting on base, and now we have runners on first and second. So Hancock on second, and we have Kenny on first. Actually, now we have Addison Kenning at bat. That pitch comes in. Wind up the next pitch showing bunt, and that one goes foul. Excuse me. So 0-2 is the count. Comes the 0-2 and swing and a miss. Oh, wait, no, it's called foul. So saved it with a foul. So 0-2 continues to beat the count. Wind up pitch, swing, and that stays foul down the third base line. So 0-2 with one out, runners on first and second for the Warriors. Looking to be able to pad the lead a little bit more as they continue on to see if they need to play the sixth inning. If they get enough runs, then we can shut it down now. But the lights are on, might as well play, right? It's a beautiful night for softball. Wind up pitch, swing, and that gets popped up and at second base, reeled it in. So that was reeled in by Chloe Adkins for the second baseman for the Blue Devils. So 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Pitch comes in and swing on that one. A big swing by Olivia Wesley, top of the batting order. So we have an 0-1. Wind up next pitch, swing, and that one gets popped and right back out to second base for the third out. Chloe Adkins reeling that one in. Again, we want to say thank you to the game sponsor, Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture, and let's say thank you to all of our sponsors right now.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
It is the Wahoo Warriors home opener for softball at Hackberry Park, and we want to say thank you, and again, thank you to all the sponsors, including the game sponsor, which actually tonight is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Warriors lead 8-4 as we are at the top of the sixth inning. Stepping up to bat for Plattsmouth is number 3, the designated hitter, Gernstein. So Alyssa Gernstein is back at bat, designated hitter. And
I believe that one is a ball.
so it looks like we have a ball there. Wind up, the pitch comes in, swing, and that one goes foul down the third base side and into the grass. So 1-2 is the count, actually. So the first one was a strike, then a ball, now a strike. Wind up that pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's the first out. So Meyer doing a good job in the circle. And we have Johnson stepping into the batting box. First pitch goes high. Amara Johnson, sophomore. 1-0, 1 out, nobody on base. We're at the top of the 6th inning right here at Hackberry Park. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Next pitch, that one is low and inside. 2-1, or 2-0 is the count, 1 out. Wind up pitch, and that one is low, 3-0.
Wait. You say 2-1.
Wind up, and that one's high. So 3-1 is the count. Another pitch on the way, and that one goes high. So that was a walk. So 1 on base, 1 out, and Margaret Vick stepping up to bat for the Blue Devils. Warriors lead 8-4, top of the 6th inning. Wind up, next pitch comes in. That one's called strike. Throw goes over to first. Blue Devils safely on the bag. Waiting for the next pitch to come in. That one's in the dirt, gets a pass ball, and that is a free base. Johnson looking to see if she can try to go for another or not, but she stays at second. So wind up the pitch high, but swung at anyway. Not sure why he would have swung at that one. 1-2 is the count. And on the way, the pitch comes in, swinging, that gets fouled down the first base side. Stays 1-2. With 1 out, runner on second. Blue Devils looking to, kind of find a way to get the bats working their behalf these last two innings here. Wind up the pitch, swing, and that gets sent out to center field, but easy pickings. So getting underneath that one without any problem, Karen Eady was able to bring that out in. So 2 outs, runner on second. Stepping up to bat is Ruby Campen for the Blue Devils. Got a little bit of conversation, so we do have Coach out there. Yep, so Trina Christian is out there talking. And we have a pitching change. So Emma Meyer doing a great job for 5 and 2/3 innings. But stepping on into the circle now, we have Elsie Obert, sophomore, another sophomore. Now looking at this, we actually have a very young team. Only 2 seniors are playing. part of the varsity softball team. So that's actually pretty impressive. It means a lot of longevity. We have a lot of years to build here. So again, looking forward to a lot of great softball. Again, the game sponsor, title sponsor for today is Saunders County Chiropractor and Acupuncture. We also want to say thank you to Wahoo Athletic Booster members, JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops. Continue to talk about them as we will continue on. Pitch comes in, goes over to third, pick up, throw to first is in time for out number 3.
Great game.
So great game going on before us, and so Warriors able to hold the 6th inning for the Blue Devils. The Goose Egg stays 8-4. The Warrior bats coming back. Bottom of the 6th is right after this. We started talking about the sponsors. Let's go ahead and continue that trend, shall we?
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park. It is the Wahoo Warriors home opener for softball, taking on the Blue Devils. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning, where Warriors are leading 8-4. Been a great game. Now leading off the bats for the Warriors, we do have Karen Eady, center fielder, stepping up. And so again, thank you to all the sponsors. So the first pitch comes in and swung on. That gets fouled back. Off of the concession stand roof. So 0-1 is the count.
Maybe they can claim the hail damage.
There you go. Nice hit, but that goes straight out to second base. So reeling that one in, second baseman for the Blue Devils. So Vic, I believe, was able to reel that one in. That brings up for the Warriors, Avery Hansen stepping into the batting box. There's nobody on. One out. First hit, and that gets popped over to right field, chasing in underneath it, and able to grab it and for the out. Out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on base. The Warriors bringing up our catcher, Addison Gregg, stepping up to bat.
Bottom of the 6th.
Well, we're at the bottom of the 6th, so technically, if the Warriors first hit and that one goes down the first base line, stays foul and out of play. So 0-1. Really, the Warriors are just looking to pad things right now. As long as they can hold the Blue Devils to 3 or less runs and get the 3 outs, game will be over and the Warriors will win. So we'll see how this next inning plays out. Wind up that next pitch, swung on and miss to Gregg. So 0-2 with 2 outs, nobody on base. Wind up that pitch, swung on, and that goes loped right out to the fence on left field and held it a double because it bounces over the fence. So great hit. All right, so we will see we should see a courtesy runner, and that again is Addison Smart stepping out to second base to run for Greg. And then stepping into the batting box is, that's Olivia.
Who?
Olivia Sharp. Oh, Elsie Obert, I'm sorry. Looking at the numbers there. Elsie Obert stepping into the batting box. Runner on second, 2 outs. First pitch way outside. Wind up, next pitch, swing and a miss.
1-1.
I believe that's 1-1. 2 outs, runner on second. Wind up the pitch on the way, and that's low and outside. 2-1. Wind up pitch, and that one's inside. Nope, they call it as a strike. So 2-2. Also just grazed the inside edge of that plate. So 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second. Swing, and that one goes out to the second baseman. Throw over to first is in time for the out. So that strands a runner on second, but Warriors still have a 4-score lead going into the top of the 7th. If they are able to just get 3 outs without 4 scores, this game will be over. We'll, again, come back, talk about that, and keep you going with great softball right here. Again, want to say thank you to all the sponsors, including the game sponsor, which is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Well, we're top of the 7th inning, as Warriors are potentially 3 outs away from winning this one, 8-4. Leadoff batter for the day is the former pitcher, or the pitcher for Blue Devils, Villamonte. First swing and a miss. So 0-1. Next pitch in there, and that one drops low. 1-1 is the count. Wind up and pitch, swing and foul straight back. 1-2. So the Warriors have brought in Elsie Obert to pitch to wrap this one up. Emma Meyer did a great job keeping the lead. So here comes the 1-2. Swing and fouls back. Keeps the count 1-2.
I want to make sure I'm not running over any of these cords.
Yep, you're good. Wind up pitch, swung on, and that one gets sent out to right field and in and out of the glove. Wrapping around first, heading to second, heading over to third. Is she going to try for it? Nope, she stops at third.
Great hit.
Yeah, that was a great hit. Good effort, but, you know, whenever you dive for it and you can't recover, that gives an opportunity.
It does.
I believe this is Gregerson stepping into bat for the Blue Devils. Nobody out, runner on third. First pitch comes in as a strike. Wind up next pitch. Dropped, and so 1-1 is the count. But a good job not letting it get too far away to have potentially a run come in.
I believe that was the first time dropping the ball, too.
Yeah. Wind up next pitch, swing and strike on that one.
I believe the count is
There should be 1-2, I believe.
1 and 2. Yep. Yeah.
Wind up pitch. That one's outside. 2-2. Counts even. Nobody out. Runner on third. Warriors just need 3 outs to wrap this game up without letting the Blue Devils get back into it. Next pitch comes in, and that one. 3-2. So the count is full. So Gregerson with a down pitch comes in, and that sends her over to first. Now we have runners on the corners with nobody out. Oh, wait.
3-2.
3-2. So what happened there? So brought it back 3-2.
Two strikes.
Yep. Wind up pitch. And that one. Sends over to first. So nobody out, runners on the corners. Vic steps into the batting box. That one's well outside.
A little on the right.
Wind up, that pitch comes in, stays outside again, almost exactly the same placement. So 2-0 is the count with nobody out, runner on the corners. Wind up pitch, swung on, and that gets out to shortstop, over to second, then first. The double play is there.
Great play by the Warriors.
But that does allow the Villamonte to come in. So 2 outs, but 1 run does come in. So 5-8. Nobody on base.
Nobody.
And at bat is Hill. with 2 outs. Warriors looking for the last out. Inside, swung on that one. That was would have been a ball if she wouldn't have gone after that one. It was well inside on that pitch. Wind up the next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 strike away. The Warriors are looking to wrap it up right here. Plattsmouth, they only have 1 strike left. Wind up the pitch, and they hits that out. Shortstop picks it up, throw over to first, and that is in time for the 3rd out. And that is the game. 8-5, the home opener as the Warriors win right here.
It is a great day to be a Warrior.
It is a great day to be a Warrior. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap things up. But again, thank you to all of the sponsors. Again, the title sponsor for today's game is Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture. And let's say thank you to all the rest of the sponsors as well.
We want to say thank you to all of the sponsors to be able to be a part of the Wahoo Warriors Athletic Booster Club, bringing you the games all school year long. Tonight's game sponsor is Rivalry, but we also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, including JEO Consulting, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Wahoops, UBT, Retire Path Advisors, Simon's Home Store, Woodsmith Construction, Inspro Marsh MMA, Titles, Doane College, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Scooters, Sid Dillon, and Shutt Electrical, as well as tonight's game sponsor, Rivalry. Again, say thank you to all of those sponsors for helping bring these games to you all school year long on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, 99.3 FM Saunders County Online, as well as Saunders County Online YouTube.
Well, that wraps up our game tonight. Again, the Wahoo Warriors do it in 6.5 innings, and they don't have to play the bottom of the 7th inning. They win 8-5 against Plattsmouth Blue Devils. A good game, really well fought. Only 1 home run the entire time, and that was actually by Villamonte for Plattsmouth. That was the first run to come in. But then finally, in the 3rd and 4th inning, the Warrior Bats were able to warm up, and they brought in 3 runs on the 3rd inning, 4 runs on the 4th inning, and another run later on to add up to 8 and hold on to the lead. Well, Jesse, again, thank you for coming out, running the background for us and keeping everybody straight. What do you think? The first time you were being a part of something like this?
My opinion, it was really fun. Probably going to stick with it for a little while.
All right. Looking forward to it. So, again, next week we have more coming your way, as we'll also have the home opener for football, and as Nebraska City's coming our way, and then volleyball. And so for the fall season, it's going to be softball, volleyball, and football, all right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube, Saunders County Online YouTube, and 99.3 FM, WahooRadio.com. I'm Kelly Johnson for Jesse. Everybody have a fantastic night.